What's up, you guys? My name is Kyle Scott. Picking is one of the most important skills you can develop on guitar. Whether you're strumming or plucking delicate chords or ripping solos, what you do with your picking hand determines power, smoothness, accuracy, cleanliness of your playing. It's so important. And today I'm going to show you how to go from basically nothing, to advanced in just a few simple steps. Step 1, the foundation, how to hold the pick. Now, you're going to get different people saying different things on this, but I'm going to teach you my technique. Okay, if you've watched a lot of my videos and you trust me as a guitar player, then you can trust that this grip works. All right, now the goal is, well, there's a couple ways you can look at it. You can have just a little bit of pick showing and be a really fast picker and really accurate. Or if you want a more loose, relaxed style, you might let a little more pick stick out. Now, you're asking, but I still don't know where I'm supposed to put the pick. Should I put it between these fingers? No, you're probably not asking that. But you want to put it obviously between these two fingers, index and thumb. The key, though, is to have it pointing. You can see this here. Pointing just out from the crook of this finger. Now, if you make a hook with your finger, where it ends up pointing is kind of like towards, almost sticking out of this flat part of the finger here. Let me show you up close. See this flat part of the finger right here? Hopefully my camera will let me zoom in on it. That part right there, when you stick the pick here, it's going to look like that. Okay? So don't let it do this. Don't let it do this. All right, those are very common ways I see my students doing it, and I have to work with them because this works if you're strumming or when you're first starting, but when you're trying to get a lot of speed and trying to get more accuracy, you really need less pick showing. I'm trying to get you a good view of that. So I ended up having it like that. Okay, the thumb on top here. There's a hole. Whoa, my guitar. There's a hole here. Okay. So that hole should be there. If it's not, there's something wrong. But that's how you hold the pick. And when you hold it like that, with placing it on the strings, you'll get a slight tilt of the angle. Okay? A slight tilt. There's a lot of angles saying I only have one camera, but I'm going to get you a good angle here. A slight tilt. You don't want it completely flat on the strings. You can do that. But when I play, I end up with a slight tilt, which helps it glide kind of off the strings a little bit. You want some gliding action here. You want to be able to glide, okay? So when you're playing, you're going to want to revert back to playing it the flat way, okay, where your fingers do this and stuff. But stick with this for a few days, a few weeks, and you will start to feel very natural at it, and you will be able to. But we'll get there. How tight should you hold it? If you hold it too loose, it will fall out. If you hold it too tight, your hand will cramp up, and you'll never be able to do anything with your arms ever again. So you need to find that happy medium. You really are relaxed. Okay, the arm is relaxed, the hand is relaxed, but just enough pressure where you can play without losing that pick. Again, this is a matter of playing a lot and getting comfortable with this position. But this is what works for me, and that's how I was taught, mostly from the internet, honestly, but trying different techniques, seeing what different people did, seeing what the pros did back when I was first learning, and this is where I ended up, and it feels very comfortable to me. Step 2, once we know how to hold the pick, let's just start with some downstrokes and consistent motion. Okay, let's just pick a chord. We'll start with G chord, and we're just going to pick. We start there. We can move to the next string of the chord. All right, just get comfortable. You probably think this is easy, but if you're just starting out, this is harder than it looks to be perfect, right? Right in time. Even better if you do this with a metronome. And then you can up the speed when you're ready. So that's playing within a chord. If you can get comfortable all downs and be nice and steady without missing strings, you're starting to build control of that picking hand. Step 3 is going to be alternate picking, and this is where things get really fun and you start to sound much better and get much faster. All right, so this is an up-down motion. All right, when you're playing and you want to get some speed, you've got to get comfortable alternate picking. And what I mean by that is, instead of picking all down strums like we did in step 2, we start to pick down, and when you come down, see, notice how my pick comes through the string there. You see that? So my pick comes through the string, and instead of coming back up to hit it again, right? If I do this and I come back around to hit that string, I'm really wasting motion, right? Because I already came down through it. Right? When I come down, if I just come back through it, I'm much better off. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. See me on this A string here, just going back and forth. So instead of the step 2, which was just the downs of this video, we're on step 3, which is getting used to going, when you come through a note, coming back through it, back through it, back through it, back through, back through. Yes? Understand? This literally doubles your speed and efficiency, because instead of coming through a string and then coming back around to come through it again as a down, you're now going through and back through. So you can see how the efficiency is incredibly improved if you just get used to picking back up through a string. Now, up strums, people don't like up strums. When you're first starting, up strumming is harder. So you're going to have to practice that a lot and force yourself to do it at first. But you'll see pretty quickly that your gains are well worth the effort. Now let me show you a simple major scale that you can apply this alternate picking to. All right, major scales are useful to know because you can use them for solos and riffs, and they sound nice. So let's go ahead and we'll do the C major scale here. Okay, so I'm going to pick from, this is the 8th fret, I'm going to do my middle finger, and I'm going to pick down, I'm going to pick through that note, okay, and then up on the next string, so that's down, up, and then I'm going to pick on the next string, I'm going to pick down, up, down. Notice I'm using my middle and pinky so that my hand can move as little as possible. But we've got 8, 10, and on the next string we have 7, 8, 10, and the next string we have 7, 9, 10. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's do it again. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And again, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That is the simplest version of alternate picking. Just always back and forth. Okay, very useful skill. That is a huge, huge step on the path to really solid, really good picking. Before I get to step 4, let me tell you about the ultimate guitar guide that I have for you. There's a link in the description. It's completely free. I'm going to give you some guitar buying recommendations, some picking, some strumming, some finger picking, some chords you may not have heard. Lots of good stuff in there, all organized, very simple, easy to read. Go get that. It's completely free. Okay, now let's get to step 4. Step 4 would be string crossing, which is still alternate picking, but it's when you start moving from string to string cleanly. Okay, so when you pluck through a chord, let's take an E minor chord here, okay? This is a bar chord up here. When you pluck through this chord and you want to pluck, say you wanted to pluck 2 strings of it, you end up plucking across the strings by going to, and we can go even farther. But you notice how I'm still doing down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now if I try to do this down, I start losing it, right? Pretty quick, I cannot keep up. But if I do down, up, down, and that's the power of string crossing. Now, a simple way to practice that is just to pick a chord, like I just did, and just bounce between your first string, your root of the chord, and the next string. Come back to the root and go to the next string, skipping a string. Go back to the root and skip another string, go back to the root and skip another string. And just go back and forth. That's a great exercise that you can use to improve your string crossing. Or you can just learn songs that do it. A lot of songs use this kind of technique. Step 5, and I know this is the one that you were waiting for, the speed and endurance. Notice how I left this towards the end. You are not going to be getting fast on day 1 or day 2 or day 3 of your guitar playing. You've got to go slow, make things perfect, make them clean, okay? Perfection is what we're after. We want every note to be in place. We don't want to hit bad notes. If you went to a show and you heard the band play a few bad notes on every song, you'd be like, you'd want a refund, right? It's just not cool. Playing bad notes is not cool. And even if they did it at lightning speed, but they made a few bad notes, you'd be like, well, they hit a few bad notes, right? Speed is not as important as playing the notes correctly. So put a metronome on. Test yourself. If you're struggling with a song at a given speed, a song that has some guitar picking, find out what the speed of that song is using the metronome. Okay, most metronome apps have a tap feature, and you can just tap the tempo of the song. If you can clap with the song, then you can tap the tempo on your phone or your metronome app. Once you've got the tempo, turn the song off. Turn the metronome tempo down to half of what it was at, or 2/3, whatever you want it to be at, and try playing your song there. When you can get the picking down using proper technique, using this pick hold, alternate picking, string crossing properly, down, up, down, up, down, up, then you can start to increase the metronome on your app until you reach the tempo of the song that you're trying to play. Step 6, and this kind of comes along with step 5 in terms of when it will happen in your playing, is incorporating dynamics and tone control. It's not just about speed, right? It's about expression. It's about telling a story. So instead of playing, right, which is cool, but if you do that a whole song, maybe it's not what you want. Maybe at certain points you want, and then later, and then, right? See if you can incorporate some level of volume into your play, because it makes people lean in and then it hits them in the face when you go big. And you want the story to kind of reel people in of the song that you're playing. Step 7 would be starting to use some more advanced picking techniques, such as palm muting and hybrid picking. Okay, those are 2 that I use a lot in my basic playing. There's also sweep picking. I don't use it very much. It's pretty much relegated to metal music, and I'm not much of a metal guy. But palm muting is huge. In every genre, you need to know palm muting. And that would be playing something like, right? That's brushing, putting your hand here and brushing the strings. Now, how do you use it in terms of picking? Well, you can just, take those same chords. Keep your hand in place there while you pick. So the side of your hand is literally on the strings lightly. If you press too hard, you're not going to get anything. You've got to be on the edge here, and you've got to be light. And some notes you might, change the level of palm muting that you do based off of how you want the song to sound. Another advanced technique would be hybrid picking, which is, taking your pick and your fingers and putting them together. So you might play something like, and why this is useful is where it gives you more options, right? You can go, but sometimes you might want to hit more strings at once and not have it be a rake, but more of a pick. So then you can have a little more options. It's very popular in country music, but it can be used by anyone. So from step 1, downstrokes, all the way to step 7, these more advanced palm muting and hybrid picking techniques. That is how you get good at picking. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. Don't be discouraged if, I've been playing a month and I'm still no good. All right, it really does take time. And you've got to have fun with the process of it. And each day, just try to make a little progress on these techniques, these methods, alternate picking, string crossing, and things like that. You'll build the consistency, and then you can layer on the speed and the dynamics from there. I hope this video was so useful for you. Don't forget to download my Ultimate Guitar Guide. There's a link in the description. It's free, and it's going to help you out so much. Thank you for watching this video. Like it. Leave a comment letting me know which of those steps you're working on right now, and I will see you on the next video.